Hello everybody, this is Jeffrey GT7 and welcome to the episode. And finally, after a long drought, we have finally got ourselves a new update in the game. Update 1.59 has officially dropped, so in this episode I'll be covering just the early stages of what's new to the game. I'll be showcasing also the new cars that were added and new engine swaps as well. And after we get done with that bit of the episode, we'll then switch over and do ourselves a quick run at Tokyo Expressway with the Corvette C5, and trust me, it's going to be surprisingly good to use at Tokyo Expressway. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the episode. So the first thing we're going to be covering is, of course, the update notice with the patch 158. As you can see, of course, we got ourselves new cars. Corvette C6 can be found at Brand Central and sometimes at the used car dealership. The Ferrari Superfast 17 is exclusively at Brand Central. The Honda CR-V HEVEX, which is kind of meh, is at Brand Central, and the Suzuki Carry XC is at Brand Central as well. Sophie is going to be at Barcelona. We got ourselves some new races and for certain tracks. We got ourselves some new conversations with some certain characters without the whole game. So, you know, there's some iconic characters you might recognize. They have some new exclusive conversations with the certain cars you equipped with yourselves. Brand Central has got themselves two new entries, Alfila and Mercedes-Benz. Number 6, GT Auto. Here is my favorite part of each update. It's going to be the swaps. Now, later in the episode, if we go ahead and fast forward, I'll be covering each car from top to bottom on what new swap they have. Now, some cars you see on the list might have another edition swap. For instance, the Toyota Tundra truck now has 2 swaps. It can be added to the game, which is actually pretty cool. And we actually have some new contenders, which is also very cool as well. So I'm going to be very much looking forward to quickly show you my input on the swaps and figuring out, is this swap, will this do the car wonders? Will it be great? Will it be a really strange, wacky swap? Or will the swap be completely, stupid and won't work or be making the car be crazy? And of course, we have our traditional scrapes. We got ourselves some new background screens shots. If you're into that, you have some new backgrounds. They have, of course, change the steering controllers for the Thrustmaster controllers, so if you're into that, then you're good to go. And of course, number 2, they have done the praise changes for the Legends cars, and that's about it. Alright, so here's a quick glance of the car. So here's the Corvette. If you guys want to pause the episode and just keep a look at the stats, there they are right there. There's the Ferrari Superfast 17. Next, we have the Honda CR-V Black Edition. And then for our last car is going to be the Suzuki Carry XC. So if you guys want to go back and just look at the stats, you can. But yeah. So for the new swaps, here's the Fiat 500F. This particular swap is from the Honda 2 and 4 powered car. The car that looks like something you see from NASA. Amazingly strong, powerful engine for this car. So I cannot wait to see what this engine can do for this car. It might be broken, but I'll have to wait and test it out to see what it can do. For the Jaguar F-Type R, it has the legendary V12 XJR9. Cannot wait to use this car at Tokyo Expressway, see what magic it does for that car. And I can see this car being a really good car to use for Le Mans because of the Group C engine swap. Now for this particular swap, it's going to be the R34 GTR for the 69 Fairlane C. Unfortunately, I already have the swap for this car currently in this car, so I couldn't really give a good shot from GT Auto, but that is the engine for the car. So now this car has 2 swaps. The RCS CS Porsche 911 from 95 has, of course, one of the newer models of the Porsche 911 swaps. Looks really good on the car. Need to do some testing to see if it's going to be a good car to use for Tokyo Expressway. I think it will. I shouldn't have any issues with it. And the Group 4 Club Sport also has that same engine as well. So this Group 4 race car now has a engine swap, which is pretty cool. Might be also an improvement to use if you decide to use this car at Le Mans or any other Group 4 race event. So can't wait to try that engine out. For the Radical, it has the V8 Suzuki VGT Group 3 race car engine. So this Radical now has some power to deal with, and this car should be a really great car to use for Le Mans since it's got that engine swap. So I can't wait to try that engine out for this particular car. The big surprisement, the Suzuki Iskedo has these V8 Suzuki engines as well. So this might be a new game changer whenever racing at Tokyo Expressway or at Sardegna. Another great engine, and we finally will have some handling to put into this car, and we'll have changed tires. And last but not least, we got the TRD Toyota truck, which I did mention earlier. It does have the Demon Challenger swap. Can't wait to try it out. Should be a great engine to use overall, possibly at Tokyo Expressway or at Le Mans. And that's going to be all the swaps in the game. So as we get started with the Corvette C06 C5, your first step is going to add wide body to the car. After you do that, here are the parts you'll need from GT Auto, starting off with the BBS RECL rims. Just keep everything as is. The Type A for the front bumper. After you get that added to the car, side Type B. Then the next step is going to be the rear bumper Type B. And then wing Type B. And then last but not least, you're going to have a roll cage Type C, and that's going to be it for your parts for car customization. Now if you want to check out this livery, just search out C5R, and you should have to scroll down until you find that yellow Goodrich Plus livery. If not, you can just follow me in the game, and I do have it in my newsfeed. Here's the list for the first part of the list. Nothing too crazy or out of the ordinary. If you want to go ahead and pause the episode and just look and copy what I have on my setup. After that, here's the other part of the setup. As you can see, all I've had back here is weight reduction stages 1, 2, and increased by Richard D, and that's going to be it for the main setup. So this car is really good. I would probably classify this car as it being good as possibly what the Audi R8 used to do, or that's probably not the best description, but I would say what the NSX 17 would used to do that time frame. I mean, the car is very smooth, has some really good power, has some really good straight line speed as well, not to mention, but we also have a supercharger in the car as well, so that's going to really give you a big burst of energy, especially from the straightaways. I would say you might have to worry about the rear of the car coming loose, or just making sure you have watching out for the over rotation of the rear of the car, especially from that tricky hairpin. Other than that, the car just felt very smooth, very glued, very planted on the track, and I really don't have any handling issues with this car. So you can see we're going to put ourselves in the P6 right from the early start of the race, and we're going to try to chase down this group in front of us. And I would say, even with this new update, I really couldn't feel anything different with this particular race at all. It just seems like they left it as is, so there's like no huge changes to how the AI drive or how the track itself feels, or the tire wear, or the fuel management, how it feels. I think they left everything the same, which is, in a way, pretty good. As we make our way up to the podium spot, we're going to get ourselves P3, and now we're going to set our stuff now and try to chase down the guy in second place, which is the RX-7 Raymer. As you can see, the top two have basically cashed out already in this race, which is actually pretty cool. As we get to this hairpin, like I mentioned earlier, got to be a little bit careful, but I would suggest to be on gear number 2. Don't go to gear 1. That's going to be asking too much for the car, especially with those rear tires. You got to slowly manage your throttle output, like you see right there. As you can see, the car did get loose, but thankfully we did manage to save the car from wrecking itself, and that's going to be our first lap through Tokyo Expressway. But if you're curious on speed and all that stuff, I'm pretty confident to say that the car should be the fastest car when it comes to the straight line pace. I mean, the car just felt really good at this track. First lap is going to be a pretty decently 220.3 overall for our first lap. As we about to start lap 3, we did hit purple on lap number 2. Got ourselves a little bit of a slipstream from the Honda NSX. As we're going to get a nice link shot, we're actually going to go ahead and accidentally sideswipe the Honda NSX right about there, which wasn't planned, but unfortunately that right there is going to cost us our clean race bonus for the race, but we're still going to keep pushing forward, see what we can do. We played cat and mouse chase with the Honda NSX into the first corner. Got ourselves a little bit of dirty air right there, and can't get the car to turn as well as I wanted to, but once we go down the hill, we're going to get another shot at the Honda, get ourselves a little bit of that slipstream, do another slingshot, and this time we'll actually get the job done and get ourselves the race lead. So we're going to go ahead now and fast forward to lap number 7, which is going to be our hot lap for the race. I'm going to let you guys watch this clip, and then I'll see you guys when we get to our pit stop. Alright, so as soon as you enter lap 8, we're going to go ahead and move our fuel map to number 3. You're going to stay in this map setting until you get to pit road. We're going to barely make it to pit road as we cussed in there. We're going to go ahead and get ourselves a refuel and fuel. Tires are still in good shape, so tires should not be a thing to worry about whatsoever. We're going to fill our fuel up a little bit past over 52.34% on that, and we should be good on the rest of the way. So as we get back on the racetrack, do a couple more solo laps, and going to go ahead and get ourselves a 26:18 for our total time. So not too shabby for the C5 Corvette, even though there's a couple more cars out there in the game that actually could go faster than that. But despite that, for its debut, I think the car was so smooth and very stable to drive. Got ourselves that clean race, well, not clean race, we got the fastest lap as well. There's the 550 that we got because we made contact with the Honda NSX in lap 3, which is quite unfortunate, and that's going to be it for the episode. So the next preview is going to be using the Ferrari Superfast 812, and this is going to be quite interesting because I tried the car out earlier and actually had to mess with it to make it work. The car is going to be a little bit on the understeery side, so I'll go ahead and say that just for a fair warning. I'm going to try to do maybe one more test to see if I can make it handle a bit better, but it's going to be maybe a little bit more challenging than the Corvette. But other than that, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. I am so glad the new update has been finally released. If you guys managed to enjoy this episode and like to see some more upcoming episodes, why not go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well, which would be highly appreciated. And with that all being said, hopefully you guys have a great rest of the day or night, wherever it might be, and I'll see you guys later, and take care.